Hello and welcome to the Real Talk Podcast with Kelly and Avery. We're your hosts, Kelly Berger and Avery Roberts. We are two rare ladies living with congenital muscular dystrophy, CMD.
The show where we amplify voices, break down barriers, and celebrate the power of disability identity. Whether you're living with a disability, supporting someone who is, or just here to learn, you're in the right place.
Where wit, wisdom, and reels are all part of the party. So sit down with us. We're tearing down stereotypes, one reel at a time.
It's a front row seat to bold conversations and the thriving disabled lifestyle, and we're ready to get gloriously uncomfortable.
Let's get loud, proud, and empowered. Real power, real stories.
So if you don't already know, Kelly and I both live with congenital muscular dystrophy, also known as CMD. So today's episode hits close to home for Kelly and I. That's why, unfortunately, we don't have a guest today. You just have Kelly and I.
You're stuck with just us.
Yes, good luck.
Who gave us mics?
Yeah. Yes. September is Muscular Dystrophy Awareness Month. And we're dedicating this episode to talking about what that actually means. And some people don't even know it's a thing, but some people who do are like, what does that mean? Is it for all MDs? Some people don't even know that there are multiple MDs. So we're going to be diving into the facts, the myths, and why the legends,
the misconceptions,
all the
stereotypes. Yes.
And why, and why awareness is powerful. And so, yeah, we'll share some personal stories that Kelly and I have and some ways that you can make a difference this month and beyond. So, Kelly, let's start with the basics. What is muscular dystrophy?
Oh, goodness. That's such a loaded question. I feel like there's so many ways to answer it. First off, muscular dystrophy is a neuromuscular condition. Boom. There it is.
There you go.
That's the most basic I can give you.
Yeah, that's like all you really need to know.
Right. There are hundreds of types. There is not one single MD. MD is not just a diagnosis. There is so much more to that. You probably heard of some of the common ones, maybe not. That one of those is Duchenne muscular dystrophy. One of those is spinal muscular atrophy. ALS is also under the MD umbrella. So there is a lot out there that you may have heard of already. Yeah. So much to talk about.
So much to talk about. And I feel like there are some of the more common ones, like you had mentioned, like SMA, Becker, Duchenne, ALS. I think it's interesting because a lot of people don't actually realize that ALS is like kind of in that category of neuromuscular disease. I think it's important to note, and I feel like this goes along with one of the myths that we're going to dive into. Muscular dystrophy, okay? Everybody, listen closely. Muscular dystrophy.
Gather
around. Muscular dystrophy is not contagious. Whoa. I know.
Can't touch it, right? We're not going to harm you.
Touch it.
It's okay.
If you come near us, you ain't getting it. Sorry. But it's a genetic disease, okay? So that means that it's not contagious. And ours, congenital muscular dystrophy, which you don't really hear people talking about a lot. Congenital means
kind of a secret word, isn't it?
Right. It means at or soon after birth. So, all in all, congenital means that it was present from birth. It just depends when it shows up. So some people, depending on what side of the spectrum you're at, with progression and severity and stuff, some people might see CMD show up early in life, and some people might not actually realize they have it until later in life. And that's why awareness matters. Like, I feel like this month exists to shine a light on experiences that often get overlooked. And so we don't really want to bore our listeners, but we do have some stats. Kelly, do you want to?
Okay, yes. This month is all about visibility and awareness, and we hope that we can enlighten you today with some of that. So, the most common form of muscular dystrophy is Duchenne, and about I'm already stumbling with the numbers. Oh God. And there are about 20,000 babies worldwide that are born with Duchenne each year, and it does most commonly affect boys. Another stat is an estimated 9,000 individuals live in the US with SMA, and worldwide there are about an estimated 352,000 people living with ALS. So there have been some recent breakthroughs for some of the larger types of MDs, and there are about 5 to 10 treatment options combined for their more common types of MDs. So,
But I think it's also important to know that there is no treatment or cure for CMD right now. There is no FDA approved treatment for CMD. There has never been. We feel like we're getting closer, but we're not there yet. And that's why it's really important to support our community in the here and now. And when people understand muscular dystrophy better, when they see our lives beyond the diagnosis, that leads to the real change. Better healthcare, more accessible spaces, because since muscular dystrophy is caused by progressive muscle weakness and degeneration, and the way that I think of it is like our muscles break down faster than they can repair or grow. That's kind of how I think about it, if that were to help anybody. And so a majority of our community members and affected individuals are mobility device users, most commonly wheelchair users, whether that be most, I feel like, are power rather than manual, just because it's easier. But yeah, we need more accessible spaces. We need more inclusive attitudes. And I feel like it's also about early diagnosis, and the awareness helps families get answers faster, and that can change the course of someone's life with MD. And Kelly and I had different diagnostic odysseys, especially in terms of length. But now we're seeing people get diagnosed so much earlier. And it's like crazy how much has advanced in terms of
it's kind of
diagnostics.
trippy. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
thankfully for education and getting more clinicians aware of the presentation of MDs and what those look like. And for some of the more common types, there is newborn screenings now, which we are highly suggesting and encourage you to pursue so that you can get a diagnosis early, and then you can adapt and pursue better care outcomes from that. So that's really pivotal as well to just longevity and more, sustainable life living with that. So
Yeah, and since I don't know if muscular dystrophy, don't quote me on this, if muscular dystrophy is considered a rare disease, but CMD and the subtypes of muscular dystrophy more specifically are definitely considered rare diseases. And more specifically, if we want to get even more nerdy, Kelly and I, our subtype that we both live with called collagen 6 CMD, since there's 5 primary subtypes of CMD, is considered ultra rare. And so it's amazing how deep you can go into it. But yeah, that's a little bit more on what MD is to clear up any confusion that people might have. But I think let's get into more of like the fun part of this episode. Let's bust some myths, shall we?
ooh, okay. Sounds dangerous. I don't know.
Yeah,
most of
because
this.
we all know there's a lot of them, right?
Yes. Yes.
Too
So,
many.
one that I see a lot is that MD and MS are interchangeable, that multiple sclerosis and muscular dystrophy are the same thing and are, yeah, interchangeable. That's always, I think the M is like a common start to both of those, acronyms, like, oh, MD, MS, yes. That's,
Yeah,
something people mix up a bit.
right. I feel like another big one is that people think that muscular dystrophy only affects boys. That is not true.
Oh,
Some types are sex-linked, like Duchenne, but others, like CMD, can affect anyone. So that's
this is
another
true.
one. Another
Dropping bombs.
one is a lot of people think that muscular dystrophy is a death sentence. Yes, it's serious.
That's
Yes,
harsh, yeah.
yes, it's progressive, but many of us are living longer, fuller lives than the textbooks ever predicted. And we're thriving with careers, relationships, creative projects, and community. Period. So that was another one. Kelly, do you have another one?
Yeah, I feel like well, this is spectrum-ish. So I know that some people with MD do live with paralysis, but muscular dystrophy does not mean that you're paralyzed. I would say this is, again, stereotyping. Some have more forms of this, but um, people who live with MD usually aren't paralyzed or have any more paralysis. That's kind of thing that may or may not be true depending on the person. But yes, having MD does not mean that you're paralyzed. So
No, you're so right. I feel like when people see a wheelchair or someone who uses a wheelchair, they immediately think paralysis or spinal cord injury. And so that's such a good
right,
point.
yes.
My personal favorite is
Oh,
you don't look sick. Been there. Just because someone with MD isn't visibly struggling doesn't mean they're not dealing with fatigue or
it is
chronic
still a chronic
pain
illness. Yes,
or invisible symptoms. Although we're not contagious, like we're not contagious, okay? And so I think something that Kelly and I hate is when people call us patients. We prefer if you were to call us affected individuals, because patient kind of conveys the fact that like we are sick, like we're always sick when we're
it
not.
implies that we're like admitted into a hospital and
Exactly.
we're at patient X.
Exactly. So those are some of the myths, and raising awareness also like means replacing those outdated, harmful ideas with truth. Kelly and I are bringing, and others in the MD community are bringing their lived experiences to them with humanity, with
Some flavor.
representation, some flavor, um, and with visibility that shows people living with MD can be educators and artists and entrepreneurs and parents. Whoa, God forbid,
Right,
parents.
I think you just might the drop. I think you just dropped the mic on that one. Yes, we can also be parents, have children. Like those are things that we can do.
Yeah, whatever we want. We're not inspirations, as a lot of people say. We're people. Kelly, you want to dive into kind of what people can do to get involved with and make a difference this month?
Yeah, I think so. One other thing I wanted to address too is that people can also say that you should just like hit the gym more and like work out and get stronger and get better, right? Like we're gonna be fixed or cured in that way. And I think one thing with MD is that again, treatments are out there, things are happening, But for the most part, you don't. It's progressively muscle wasting. So, like, we don't just get better. Working out can actually harm us if it's done too much. So, no, I'm not going to get that gym membership, but thank you for asking.
Sorry. Thanks for the
Of course,
offer.
certain physical activities are helpful for us, like physical therapy and things that are under, medical or clinical prescribed. But yes, the gym thing and getting better is not something that is probably
Yes.
likely going to happen.
Yes. Yes.
But yes, to your question, so you asked me about getting involved locally. I think that there are different patient organizations you can reach out within your subtypes that may be either local to you, maybe not nearby, but within your state or vicinity. Like maybe there's a Midwest or an East Coast chapter for your specific subtype that you can um, get in touch with. Maybe they have walks, maybe they have meetups, maybe they have monthly whatever. So it's definitely encourage you to seek that out and try to get involved with those people and just continue to band together because we're stronger together. So find your people, help educate, and always like finding those allies, people in your community, your neighbors, and people that support you that can uplift you and be that, because it's more spreading education and awareness. It starts with all of us. It's not just like a one person thing. It's all of us have to, join in that.
Yeah, the power of the collective. I think like share your story, whether you live with MD, love someone who does, or are just learning, like talk about it. Share it, post a photo, share something that taught you something. Use hashtags like, MD awareness or muscular dystrophy awareness or muscular dystrophy month or awareness month or whatever to spread the word. I would also say like support research. There are other organizations like the Muscular Dystrophy Association, MDA, who are doing amazing work, from funding gene therapy to offering summer camps and resources for families. I would also say like advocate, like push for better accessibility in your workplace, your school, your community. Talk to local reps about disability rights or accessibility issues, and speak up when you see those barriers. And yeah, I think just educate yourself, like we're doing here today. And we'll link some great resources in the show notes. From books and articles to short films and social media creators and everything we love. And yeah, Kelly, did I miss anything? Like, you want to add
Yeah,
anything?
so I think we totally failed in that the awareness color for Muscular Dystrophy Awareness Month is actually lime green.
I love
And
it.
we're not wearing that right now.
So
But you didn't even comment. I'm wearing this cute headband. You didn't say anything.
it is so cute.
No, we are not wearing lime green, but that is the color for MD Awareness Month. So you want to support, you can support with wearing green. You can also use hashtags and say MD Awareness or MD Stories. We'd love to hear yours. How did you stumble upon, or what is your connection to the MD space? And yeah, share it with us. We'd love to hear. So
Yeah. We always end every episode with a willpower moment, Kelly. And this month we're thinking about um awareness and it becoming empowerment. So, Kelly, what's been a moment for you, big or small, when your connection to muscular dystrophy shifted from something private to something more powerful?
yeah, I feel like what you're going to hear a lot on our episodes is how much MDA summer camp is that to see what moments I'm
I was just about to
gonna
say we
use it.
should
I'm gonna
do
say.
one episode for summer camp for MD and camp. We should do one episode.
Yeah. So I didn't go until I was 13. They started me every single year at clinic, like go to summer camp, and yeah. And I was like, no, no, I'm so scared to be away from my parents and be my only caregivers. And I finally like gave in when I was 13. So I was like, you know what? I'm a teenager now. I'm gonna try new things. I'm gonna do it. And I literally cried on the last day because I was so sad to leave all my new friends and all these people that were just like me. And yeah, it really was just a life-changing real power moment for me to have that, to see myself in those people and to really be surrounded by people that understand me in a way that I can't even communicate. They just know, they just live it. They're there with me. Yeah, just doing all those activities together, the silly little things, all the pranks, all the just really crazy fun things we used to get away with at camp. That was just such a moment for me, and definitely one that I miss fondly. I miss my camp days, and definitely I've had those memories to think back on. But yeah, I cherish that for sure.
Yeah, of course. And I feel like that's what this month is really about, not just facts or hashtags, but those moments when we realize that we really do matter and that we really do belong. And that sharing our lived experience can change everything for us, for the next generation, um, growing up with MD. So whether you live with MD or love someone who does or just tuned in to learn, we invite you to carry this awareness forward beyond September, beyond the hashtags, because every time you share a story, advocate for access and inclusion, or just make space for someone's lived experience, you're not just raising awareness, you're raising hope and purpose and
And strength.
pride and
Yes.
strength. So thank you so
Every
much for
month should
tuning
be MD
in.
month. Every month should
Yes,
be MD month. There should be a specified month. I'm glad that we do, and let's celebrate that. But yes, every month, every day should be MD month, a celebration for us all.
yes,
So,
completely agree.
and
So thank
back
you.
to you with the same question.
Oh,
You think you're gonna get out of
okay.
it? What is your real power moment, Avery? Oh, did I stump her?
What? I
Dun
stumped
dun dun.
myself with my own question.
Right.
Um, when my connection with MD shifted, God, I feel like 2 points. I feel like I really started to share in school. Like I really start like elementary school. Like I really started to like take pride in it. Like I wanted to include it in my journal entries that I had in class every day. I wanted to share it with my friends. I wanted to do presentations on it. I wanted to learn more about myself in a way because when I was younger, it was such a prominent point. I was like always breaking my arm on the playground, trying to break falls, or people trying to catch me. And so it was just such a prominent point at that time. I think also like finally finding community was when I really started to like embrace MD. I too was pressured into going to MDA camp, you know, in the MD clinic like you're talking about, Kelly. And so I think I really just kind of realized like no, there is a huge community out there who get it, who understand you, who have all the resources, who have all the clinicians, all the clinical recommendations and stuff. Um, yeah, I feel like there wasn't one specific moment. I think it's a gradual process, and I think that's some good insight for people. Like it's gradual; it doesn't just happen overnight, you know. So thank you so much for tuning in. Happy Muscular Dystrophy Awareness Month. Air horn, Kelly. Air
Bow,
horn.
bow, bow. I got you. Yes.
And keep rolling forward, with purpose and with power and pride, and like Kelly said, with strength, physical or not. And yeah, happy MD month. Thank you so much for tuning in to this inclusive space where disability radiates and every listen helps amplify disabled voices that deserve to be heard. We're so grateful you're on this journey with us.
We share real stories, honest conversations, and expert insights that challenge misconceptions. Because disability doesn't define us, it's just a different way of experiencing the world.
Your support keeps this beautifully disabled, slightly chaotic show rolling.
You are truly the real MVPs. We have power, real stories.